Today I'm going to take you through a picture of a surreal eye with a Valentine's Day theme. So remember, our artist Rene Magritte had his eye with the sky inside, and then Minnie Evans had eyes in her work that were surrounded by all sorts of shapes and textures. All right, so first thing we need to do is fold your paper hamburger style, and we're going to be drawing on it horizontally or landscape. We're going to be using our paints as well, as you saw in the introduction video of how we're going to use our paints in class for the coloring afterwards. All right, so I'm going to draw in Sharpie. You can draw in pencil. We're going to do a few of the steps a little backwards just for time purposes, so there's not a lot of erasing. We're first going to start with the outside shape of the eye. So you're going to do the lemon shape with the little teardrop or drop of the tear duct. So you can do the top arch, do your little tear duct, which is going to look like kind of a drop that comes up again, and then the bottom half of your lemon, which will be the bottom of your eye. While we do that, let's go ahead and put the little parentheses on the insides of the corners, the little fleshy pink part of your eye. And then instead of drawing a whole circle, we're going to draw two curved lines, kind of like the edges of your iris circle. Make sure they take up about that much space. Now, since it's surreal, let's start to make this look kind of beyond reality. So for your pupil, you're going to do a heart, and I'm going to color mine in and leave a little bit of a shine on it. You can do that if you want to, but your pupil should be the shape of a heart to start our kind of surreal changing of this eye. All right, the next thing we're going to do is the eyelid. Remember, that's going to be a line that goes above your eye and creates the crease. All right, the next thing we're going to do is our eyelashes. Remember this diagram, and we're going to make sure the top right eyelashes are like the Nike swoosh. They check up and out. And you basically want to go away from the heart. So on the other side, up and to the left. On the bottom, down and to the right for the right side. And then down to the left for the left side. All right, let's start to get surreal, or even more surreal. The first thing I want you to do is from the kind of top part of your eyelid on the left is layer some hearts. So we're going to, you can kind of do that any way you'd like to. They should be touching for the most part, as if they were kind of coming off of the side of the eye. So you can see them kind of overlapping, so maybe I don't see the bottom of a heart because it's hiding behind another. I'm also kind of lining them up in those little kind of gaps in between the eye and the heart. Make a few coming out of the corner of your eye, maybe doing some overlapping and maybe doing some layering until you feel like there are enough. The next thing I'm thinking about is kind of that saying on cloud 9. So I'm going to put some clouds in. It also kind of reminds me of Rene Magritte. And I'm just going to make the clouds around the eye kind of spread out. I'm repeating a lot of shapes so that way this piece feels like it's unified and that it goes together, which is one of our principles of design. I'm also trying to balance it by doing, if I do one thing on one side, maybe doing some more on the other side. Some of your clouds can also go off the page. Also thinking about Valentine's Day, I think of sweets. So I think I'm going to do some lollipop looking things. So I think I'll do some lines that come from the eye as like the lollipop sticks, and then a really simple kind of spiral lollipop on top. And you know what, to create balance, I think I'm going to do some coming off the bottom left, kind of diagonal from these other ones that are up here. Maybe one more over here for some extra balance. Once you feel like you have enough kind of visual symbolism for Valentine's Day, filling your picture and balancing each other, we can start to paint. And you can add more things to this, or you can add less things if you want. All right, when you paint, remember, like the video said, you're going to take your brush, you're going to use water to activate the paint. See, I'm going in at an angle, not to give my brush a bad hair day. You're going to have to rub many times to get the paint started, but then after you do that, you should be able to use it like watercolor. I'm going to do red with a little bit of purple, kind of light red, which would be pink at the bottom. The way to make colors lighter are to maybe put a little bit of the color on and then using water, just plain water, to spread it. So see how that's kind of turning more of like a pink than a red, because I'm thinning it out with just water. I'm gonna add a little purple just for fun, also to make it a little more kind of cool colored than just a red. When you switch colors, make sure you wash your brush. If the colors are really different, you should also kind of wipe it and see if it is completely clean. But take some time to paint in your picture. You can leave some things white intentionally if you'd like to. I'm going to do the hearts different colors. I'm probably going to do the sky blue. It'd be good to wait to paint things right next to each other. But if you're using similar colors, it's okay if they kind of bleed into each other. The last thing I'll say before we do some quiet work is that if there are really small details you want to have, you could also go in with a crayon and do those details. So like later, I'm going to go in with crayons to those corners of my eyes and do the pink part. You can also unfold your paper so that way you know the paint's not going to go onto the inside of your card. All right, pause if you're not done. If you are done, remember the best way to dry your painting is to lay your paper towel on it and blot it without rubbing it. Same thing for the paint. Paper towel and blot it without rubbing it. These paint palettes are going to go either back to back, not facing each other, or it can be stacked, and then they will go back into your baggie and live inside your specials folder.